Hey folks, it's Matt once again, and this is actually sort of a combination of months and months and months of and months of getting stuff, and mainly from sometimes I do like this guy Loran Loran on YouTube. Let me know about this site that if you do you can do surveys. And if you get enough points, you can get like a $5 or $10 gift card from Amazon. So there's stuff I get for free. And then a lot of times when people ask me, hey, you don't get this, you don't get that, I'm like, when I say I don't have money, it's because, yeah, I bought this stuff. By the time I'm doing this, I recently have this Fast and Furious 6. I mean, hell, the only stuff I really need, I don't need, but that I want to get is like the 5 things on my wish list. I mean, maybe like Fist of Fury, Game of Death Overseas, or was it Shocker Overseas has a Wes Craven commentary. But like, really, it's like the 5 things on my wish list. That's really what I'm concentrating on. But this, wanted to get this, and part of the stuff goes to charity, so why not? And I enjoy this film, and this is a steelbook. It actually has the Blu-ray DVD. And then it actually came with a soundtrack, weirdly enough, which I think has a soundtrack to it. But that's cool. It's Paul Walker. It's really sad. Really sucks. Please don't kill his character off in Fast 7. Please don't. Be at least a little bit respectful in that matter. But Fast and Furious 6 Blu-ray DVD combo pack. And again, part of it goes to his charity, so I was fine with that. I know I've showed this stuff before, but hey, it's a brief recap of what you saw last time, since I haven't done this in like forever. I think I did like a short one, just because I was lazy that day, but I previously showed this, the 50 Past Sci-Fi Invasion, which my friend Aaron was reviewing. I know there's a couple I was interested in, like Raiders of Atlantis, Abraxas, so on and so forth. Yeah, there's a lot of movies on there. I know I had previously shown these, which no, I haven't gotten around to sit down and watch them all back to back. But the first season of the new Ninja Turtle show, because I'm a Ninja Turtle fan. And by the way, curious enough, I'm sure, I guarantee you, probably January, February, that trailer's going to come out for the new one. Please don't send me any links to it. Don't send me links. Don't send me any posts. Don't send me anything on Facebook. Please, just, to me, I don't want to know that movie even exists. So, please don't. If that trailer ever comes out, please don't let me know. Please. This is something I still have to see yet. This was sent to me by Ghetto Jester. I still haven't seen this yet. I know I gotta see that sometime. And I'm sure... again, I know these ones I'm trying to go quick because I know I've mentioned them before. Like, for example, I know I mentioned these before because this is all the Street Fighters 1 through 4, and then the Bodyguard, all with Sonny Chiba. I know I still haven't seen these yet. This was sent to me. It was very nice. Someone got that for me. And then Scanner Cop, which is still yet to watch those. Now, if you don't see cuts, it's because it's so that I don't sit for a fucking hour or whatever doing the video. I'm just going to like do little bits of time and then cut and I'll just edit together. But yeah, this, which is, I think I showed this before too, so it's like, we've already seen the shit. Well, oh well, you get all in one go. But yeah, this was the DVD of Maniac Cop 2, and then the Blu-ray of Maniac Cop 3, both the special editions from Blue Underground, with special features, which is really cool. And I had the first one, so that was really cool. Shit, forgot about that. Get the fuck in there, you fucking bastard. Alright. Akira. Was able to get this. This is the new 25th anniversary edition, Akira. I don't know when this will be uploaded, so if I haven't reviewed it yet, I want to try to review this sometime. This actually has 3 audio tracks. The remastered Japanese, the original English from 1988, and then the remastered English from 2001. And I have no idea why this is a 2-disc set, because I haven't watched this yet. But see, it's a 2-disc. But yeah, it says the only features are trailers, commercials, and more trailers. So it's a DVD filled with trailers? Holy shit. So I don't know what the second disc is for. It says features. But I will let you know when I review this. I know I mentioned these before. White House Down. I still have yet to watch this again. Maybe I'll do a review for this when I watch this again. But I do remember liking the film. This is another film I want to review. If I haven't reviewed it already, again, I don't know when this will be uploaded, but Blowout, Brian De Palma flick. John Travolta, Nancy Allen, and John Lithgow. And hopefully I will finally have fucking reviewed this by then, since it take me forever to watch that. Creature, this is a film that I guess goes for a pretty penny on Amazon, but this was only a couple bucks, so I thought it was a really good deal. Based on a Peter Benchley book. I got this because I didn't realize, apparently, again, this DVD apparently is pretty expensive, but I got it for just a couple bucks. I got it because I like Trey T. Nelson, I like Kim Cattrall, and they both star in this. And then you have makeup effects, creature effects by Stan Winston. So, I know it was pretty long. There was unfortunately, I think it's the fucking director of Ninja Turtles 3, but I hope he does better in this than he did with that movie. But, yeah, Creature. Look forward to watching that. Thunderheart. This is a film with Val Kilmer. You have Sam Shepard, Graham Greene. Thunderheart. I like this cover better. This is the cover. I remember this being a decent flick with Val Kilmer. Again, I probably mentioned this in the video before, but this is one that Ghetto Jester 13 has sent me. Sonny Chiba's Dragon Princess and Karate Warriors. Karate. Phase 4. This is a film that looked interesting to me. At the mysterious cosmic event, strange structures and patterns began to appear in the desert. When scientists begin to investigate the origin, they're shocked to learn that they are the work of super-intelligent ants. The ants appear to be trying to communicate with us, and they're not happy about all those magnifying glass experiments. Directed by Oscar winner Saul Bass, Phase 4 is a terrifying glimpse of nature run amok with amazing ant footage that will make your skin crawl. That sounded like interesting type of flick, Phase 4. Saw some clips online. It looked like some pretty interesting little experimental film. Convoy. Got this because it says 30th anniversary, but that doesn't mean anything because the picture quality is pretty muddled. I think there's a little bit of footage missing, like when people are being interviewed by reporters as they're driving by. But I wanted to check this film out because I like the trailer. I actually don't mind the song. We got a working convoy across the USA. Directed by Sam Peckinpah. And from what I understand, he was pretty drugged out when he did this. But yeah, it says 30th anniversary, but there's no reason for that. Even the picture quality isn't that good. Letterboxd kind of fucked up, but you know, it's the film, and this is one of those I got for free because again, doing those. There's others I got for free, but I didn't mention them. But again, doing those surveys and stuff. You know, do you have cheap stuff online on like Amazon and stuff? Also, certain holiday deals like on Go Hastings, you know, you find films for like $1 and something. With shipping, it's like $2. So that's how I can get a lot of movies, or I can get them for free. And continuing, let me just show these first. some Blu-rays. Got most of these pretty cheap. For example, Body Bags. That is pretty cheap. That's why it's the Blu-ray copy. Because I don't need both the Blu-ray and the DVD. I'm fine with having just one or the other. I'm fine with it. So that's Body Bags. John Carpenter and Tobe Hooper directed some segments. You have 3 stories. John Carpenter hosted. It was for Showtime. And there was talks of doing a TV series, but it didn't work out. But that's the movie, Body Bags. 3 stories. Sort of anthology. It's an anthology. Then you have The Dorm That Dripped Blood, which not much of a slasher film, but got a handful of decent kills. This is a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Shit. Has a little interview with Christopher Young, which this was his first movie he composed for. Interview with the makeup guy, trailers, and then commentary with the directors Jeffrey Obrow and Stephen Carpenter. And this is from Synapse. The Dorm That Dripped Blood, also known as Pranks. And let me switch it just because, just to be different. Pranks. This is one of the ones that overseas was in the Video Nasties. And then we have Night of the Comet. But not only that, but I was able to get my hands on the special edition of Tank Girl. That's why I only have the DVDs of these, because getting it like this was much cheaper than just buying one of these by itself. Like if you buy one of these by themselves, it'd still be cheaper than what I got for both of these. Because I only got and I only need the DVD versions. I'm fine with that. Absolutely fine with that. I didn't have Tank Girl. I remember liking Tank Girl and some good features. You have an interview with Lori Petty. You have an interview with the director Rachel Talalay. You have an interview with I believe the girl who did the costumes. You have all your commentary with Rachel Talalay and Lori Petty. And then Night of the Comet, which they did a really good job. You got about a 15-minute interview with Kelly Maroney and Catherine Mary Stewart. Yeah, about that long with Robert Beltran. Yeah, interview with David B. Miller. Is it B. Miller? David B. Miller, who the same year did the effects for Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. He also worked on Night of the Comet, so you have about a 5-6 minute interview with him. And then you have 3 audio commentaries. You have a commentary with the 2 stars, Kelly Maroney and Catherine Mary Stewart. You have an interview with the director. And then you have an interview with the production designer, I believe. And it says here, interviews with Mary Warrenov, but there's no interviews with Mary Warrenov. So they made a mistake there. But really enjoy the film. I mean, there's the other cover, which I like this cover. But this didn't come with a slipcase when I got it, which is fine. And I like that cover, but if I had to choose, I like this cover. I like the original a bit more. But I always enjoy the film. Thou Shalt Not Kill Except, which has the original commentary with the director and Bruce Campbell. You have another commentary with the star Brian Schultz. You have an interview with Bruce Campbell. You have about a 20-30 minute making of the film. You have the original 8mm short film, Strikers War, which that original had starred Bruce Campbell. And yeah, Thou Shalt Not Kill Except, which they have this cover, but I like the original cover better. Very cheap, very low budget, but I had some fun with the film, so I'm glad to have it. TerrorVision and the Video Dead. Again, this is a Blu-ray DVD copy. Yeah, I don't need both copies, but one of the other's fine. But they do a lot of these Blu-ray DVD combo packs. But TerrorVision I liked okay. Alright. The Video Dead I thought sucked hard dicks. I don't know. This film does not... The video dead sucked. It does not deserve 2 commentary tracks. And then an interview with a makeup effects guy. This does not deserve that many commentary tracks. I mean, 2 commentary tracks for the video dead? Bullshit. I think there are 15 other movies that are not even on DVD. Like Gleam in the Cube. Or not on DVD you can find. Like, I have DVD-R Gleam in the Cube, but I think that deserves special edition more than this. Moontrap deserves more than Video Dead. Hell, Deep Space deserves more than Video Dead. Split Second deserves more than Video Dead, which is a recognizable title. Some slasher films. The Slumber Party Massacre Collection, which has all 3 of them. Also has a 3-part documentary. Has a commentary in each film that goes through all of the Slumber Party Massacres. I know there's a Blu-ray set coming out, but the fuck do I need these on Blu-ray for? It was much cheaper. Final Exam. Very shitty, slow-paced slasher film, which they even admitted on the commentary, because it's a really good commentary by the producer. Even though this girl, Katarina, this girl sucks. I wish she sucked my dick, but instead it's the bad suck, in which she is a sucky moderator. I know she's hot and pretty, but she's like, ooh, I broke the nail, dead right. She's British. I don't care. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. I doubt she even likes horror films. She's there because she's pretty. I don't know why she's on a comedy. She's literally the worst moderator I've ever heard. The producer had to moderate it himself. Like, thank God the producer knew what the fuck he was doing. Well, commentary-wise, because he told a lot of good stories with no help from this girl. I don't even like the film. I would have moderated better than this girl. I'm sorry. She's just horrible at moderating. But a lot of good stories from the producer about how this was supposed to be on purpose a bloodless slasher film. They talked about why they decided to do that, and yeah, this is not much of a slasher film. And you have Silent Scream, which this has a special edition. Has commentary writer producers Ken and Jim Wheat and star Rebecca Balding. Has 3 featurettes including Scream of Success, which they spelled success wrong, both on the back of the DVD and in the DVD menu. S-U-C-E-S-S. Is that how you spell success? Maybe I'm the one who doesn't know how to spell. Yeah, maybe I'm the one. I don't know. Is that how you spell success? I would like to think people who made the DVDs and the menus would be smarter than me. Obviously, I'm not too smart if I gotta look it up. That's what I thought. It's 2 C's. I had to second guess myself. I was fucking right the first time, but then I'm like, well, hell, they should know. But they spelled success wrong not only on the back of the DVD, but on the DVD menu. Success apparently is not in spelling. But that's like a 40-minute interview with these guys, the writers and the star. And then another about the original script. Another in which Ken and Jim Wheat, they briefly talked about their experience on The Fly 2, because they wrote for that. Elm Street 4, because they wrote for that. EWAT, The Battle for Endor, because they wrote and directed that. Pitch Black. Like, originally, the Riddick character was supposed to be a female in their script. I guess the pilot was the male, and the killer was a female. You know, the Riddick character was a female. So, you know, I thought there was some interesting stuff like that. That this film was shot, and then they had to reshoot it like a year later, and they only kept like 12 minutes of footage from the original shoot. But watching the film itself, it didn't seem like much. But then you got Humongous, which again, you have a commentary that unfortunately is moderated by Katarina, because again, she doesn't know how the fuck to moderate a commentary. You literally just want her to do this, like, because she doesn't know anything. But you have the director Paul Lynch, you have writer William Gray, horror journalist Nathaniel Thompson. This guy, Nathaniel Thompson, the horror journalist, he knew what the fuck he was doing. You should have just had him do the moderation. Why the fuck do you need Katarina there? But It's not because she's a girl. It's because she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. But she's horrible in Modern Ranges. Anyway, that's humongous. I don't know what the fuck's so uncut about it, but still not that bloody and stuff, but humongous. Because, yeah, one day I'd like to collect all the slasher films, but there's, what, like 105 of them? Well, there's, like, Curtains, Stage Fright, fucking Killer Party, all that. Sweet 16, 17, 18, all that stuff. But, got the Mad Max films, because one day, not anytime soon, but one day I'd like to give these films another shot, because I remember not being the biggest Mad Max fan. But here's the first one, which has a couple features. The second one, The Road Warrior, which I remember liking the ending, but and then Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, where pretty much Mad Max tries to be like Peter Pan, shit. You got the Highlander films, at least a couple of them. The first one, quote the director's cut, which has a commentary with Russell Mulcahy and the producers, but that's all the features it has. At least the Blu-ray overseas, which only on Blu-ray overseas has a fucking shitload of features. But over here, we do get features for Highlander 2. Really enough. I will admit, these features are pretty cool. Highlander 2. It's actually a 2-disc, believe it or not, with look at all those features. Man. And then Highlander, The Final Dimension. I don't give a shit about the other ones. Maybe to complete the collection one day, but not anytime soon, because I spent too much. Return to Sleepaway Camp. The only reason I got this is because I had the first 3, and in case if I ever review all the Sleepaway Camps, now I can review this, and this was dirt cheap. These, because I realized I didn't have these, I thought I did, but when Robert Rodriguez was worth a shit, Desperado, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico. You got Absalom with Christopher Walken and Lou Diamond Phillips. Lambert, now Walken. Two totally different people. But Christopher Lambert and Lou Diamond Phillips. Absalom. Then, I know there's a special edition overseas, but it's overseas. So, Hell Comes to Fraud Town. Don't care about DEFCON 4, but wanted this for Hell Comes to Fraud Town, a fun Roddy Piper film. One thing I forgot to mention, I actually have the special edition of Madman. I actually have the DVD-R because the DVD, the movie itself, for some reason they took away the blue filter that the film had. But I have a DVD-R that has the film. I got this because it has the special features, has a commentary with the producer, director, and cast. Has like a 90-minute making of the film, which actually has appearance from the guys at Dead CK and Uncle Bill. They appear in the documentary, which is cool. Only for about 5 minutes, 6 minutes total, but still. But that's Madman. I already talked about this, but this is one I got from Ghetto Jester 13, Ninja Scroll. Some more stuff. Let's see. Some Charles Bronson films. 10 to Midnight and Kinjite, Forbidden Subjects. 10 to Midnight I liked, Kinjite not so much. Also Telephone and St. Ives. And to be honest, both of them pretty disappointed in. Not much of anything, but you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose on them. Kind of too slow and boring for my taste. But 10 to Midnight I enjoyed. Now, I got Murphy's Law, but that'll be shown later. Bad Dreams and Visiting Hours. Visiting Hours for the slasher film collection. Bad Dreams, because I remember liking the film. Also has interviews with Jennifer Rubin, Bruce Abbott, Richard Lynch, Dean Cameron. Has other features. Apparently there's a Blu-ray set coming out of this, but I don't need this on Blu-ray. This is fine enough. Let's see. This is an 8-pack. Again, most of these got very dirt cheap. I got this mainly because I was curious about the Stephen McHattie film The Dark, which also has an early role with Neve Campbell as a deputy, weirdly enough. I also check out some of these films because at least they have some good makeup effects, and I was wrong. Because like Grimm, that sucked. Deadly Instinct sucked. Whole lot of sucking. So The Dark was okay. Oh, so. But whatever. It was cheap. Humanoids from the Deep. This is a film. I don't remember if I reviewed this, but I remember liking this film, Humanoids from the Deep. Nick of Time with Johnny Depp and Christopher Walken. Directed by John Badham, who did Stakeout, The Hard Way, Short Circuit, Blue Thunder, Saturday Night Fever. Done a lot of films. But Nick of Time with Johnny Depp. This is when Johnny Depp actually playing a normal guy. Just a father. That's the film that's supposed to take place in real time. Like he only has this amount of time to assassinate this person, otherwise they'll kill his daughter. This is because I like Sandra Bullock. Premonition. Of course, I'm a Sandra Bullock fan. And it was okay. Premonition. Has a commentary with the director and Sandra Bullock on it. RV, I got this in pretty cheap just because I like Robin Williams. I know what kind of movie I'm getting in, so have some cheap fun. It's not really great though. Semi-Tough, Burt Reynolds. This is a film that for the first half I liked, but then it kind of lost me in the third act. And if you've seen the film, you'll know what I'm talking about, but it got less funny in the third act, just sort of lost me, but that's Semi-Tough. These three films, you have Stroker Ace, Hooper, which is my favorite Burt Reynolds film, and then Sharky's Machine, which was Burt Reynolds' answer to Dirty Harry. He even said to Clint Eastwood that if you do Every Which Way But Lose, then I'm going to rip you off. Because they were friends, and he did, so they had Sharky's Machine, which he directed. Sort of his version of Dirty Harry. And then you had 2 Minute Warning. Sort of like one of those 70s disaster movies, only this was done differently because it's about a sniper. It takes place during a big football game, and some people find out, behind the scenes, find out there's a sniper on top of, like right around up top there. Charlton Heston, I think this is like the only film Charlton Heston actually plays a cop. You have Beau Bridges, David Jansen, Jack Klugman, Gina Rollins. Film wasn't really that great though, because it's too long. It's too long of a film. I think this is a film that could have worked if it had a quicker pace. It just went on for too long. And next we move on to the sort of my little Michael Dudikoff collection that I built up for myself. And that is, we have Bounty Hunters 1 and 2. I already had these, but I got this because Bounty Hunters 1 and 2. Might have shown this before, but this is Chain of Command. This is a film I actually really liked, Chain of Command. Fugitive Mind, this is one with Michael Dudikoff, and it also has Heather Langenkamp from Nightmare on Elm Street. Not really a good film, but it's part of my Michael Dudikoff collection. River of Death. This film's Brenda Starr, some film with Timothy Dalton, Charles Durning, Tony Pett, Jeffrey Tambor, so on. But got this name for River of Death, which ended up sucking, which was disappointing. But oh well. Because I like Chain of Command, but Bounty Hunters 1 and 2 were fine, but win some, you lose some. And the others I got is Quicksand. Sort of his version of The General's Daughter, only not as good. Crash Dive. Sort of his submarine movie. Freedom Strike, which I found okay, I guess, with him and Tone Loc. He was like so-so. Blood Thunder. I think this is a film that Steven Seagal and them would remake with Flight of Fury. Moving Target with Michael Dudikoff and Billy D. Williams, which is not an action film despite the big explosion on the bat. But I didn't mind Michael Dudikoff in the film. And Countermeasures, which is another sort of submarine movie that he did. I said I liked this film, so now I have Pain and Gain. Is one of the big surprises of the year for me. Tips, film I enjoyed, has a commentary of Tony Rando and co-star Clint Howard. Has some interesting backstory on it. This is a film I enjoyed. Has a young Seth Green in the film. Also has the guy from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, not Will Smith, but the other guy. Which, what's his name? Alfonso Ribeiro. Guy was Carlton in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Then I got, let's see, where is it? This is a 2-pack I got with Red Line, which has Rutger Hauer and Mark Dacascos. I already had Top of the World, but again, this is very cheap. And now I got Red Line, part of my Mark Dacascos collection. And I like Rutger Hauer. I got the Sniper films. This one, which has 2 others, Cruel and Unusual and Shadow of a Doubt, but I got mainly for the first film. And the set Sniper, which I liked. Which made me get Sniper 2 with him and Bokeem Woodbine. And Sniper 3. Not as good as the other ones. I wouldn't even say they're as good as the Substitute sequels with Treat Williams, but I wasn't mad because I like Tom Berenger in the role. But Sniper, the first one, is definitely the best one. Don't care about the last one because I don't care about Billy Zane. This is a 6-pack I got, and not a beer. Has The Crossing Guard with Jack Nicholson and David Morse. Has Heaven with Cate Blanchett, Giovanna Ribisi. Has The Human Stain with Anthony Hopkins, Nicole Kidman, and Gary Sinise. Benefit of the Doubt with Donald Sutherland. The Innocent with Anthony Hopkins. And The Night Listener with Robin Williams. And that's mainly why I got, is because to check out The Night Listener. Sort of a low-key mystery type of film. And I would say I would show this, but Murphy's Law. This is another film I enjoyed, along with 10 to Midnight. I have the Death Wish films, but Murphy's Law. I actually have all the Death Wish films, 1 through 5. But Murphy's Law. In case if I ever do a Charles Bronson marathon or such. I know I showed this before, but this is The Evil Dead, the Ultimate Edition, which opens up like a book and has quite a few features on there. I think I've talked about this before, so you look online for the details. And now we're getting to the home stretch. So, one thing I forgot to mention, again, got this very cheap because there's only the DVD. The special edition of Swamp Thing, which has some pretty good features. I like the commentary with Wes Craven on there. Someone didn't realize, someone I know got this for me. A friend, no one online, but a friend I know in real life. They didn't realize that I didn't like this movie. And no, keep it. So, I guess I'll keep it for the Bruce Willis collection, but I now have G.I. Joe Retaliation. The extended action cut. Yeah, what can you do? It's a gift. Can't go wrong with a gift. I mentioned during the video that I had Death Wish 2, 3, and 4. So I had gotten the first one and the last one, which is a double bill with this film, double whammy, with Dennis Leary, Elizabeth Hurley, Steve Buscemi, Luis Guzman, and Donald Faison. But Death Wish 5, and then Death Wish 1. So now I have all the Death Wish films in case I ever review them. Maybe if I ever review like the Dirty Harry films, then I'll review all the Death Wish films, so I do those two back to back. Not anytime soon, but we'll see. Robot Chicken Season 6. Big fan of the show, so glad to have the latest season. 2 Dolph Lundgren films. These were dirt cheap. The Package. Dolph Lundgren, well, Stone Cold Steve Austin stars, and then Dolph Lundgren's the bad guy. And then One in the Chamber. This is for the Dolph Lundgren collection, because I have pretty much all of his other stuff, so why not? And they were dirt cheap, so why not? This has Cuba Gooding Jr. and Dolph Lundgren. For the Olivier Gruner collection, TNT. Eric Roberts is in a small role. Randy Travis as well. And this is from the director of Best of the Best, 1 and 2. And this film sucked. That sucks. But, you know. Now I know, and no one's half the battle, but TNT sucked tits. That's what you would call tits. And then the last ones, well, first off for the Bruce Willis collection, and plus to check out the other 2 films again. Well, DOA I had never seen with Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. Did see it. Wasn't really too impressed with DOA. Wasn't my cup of tea. Playing God was okay. David Duchovny. And Color of Night, actually, believe it or not, I actually liked it more the second time watching it. Watching it again, I actually didn't mind it. I don't care for the sex scenes, but I just fast forward because I don't want to see Bruce Willis's dick. But I like seeing like Lance Henriksen, Brad Dourif, Scott Bakula in the supporting roles, Lizzie Ann Warren. I didn't mind it. It's a bit too long. Like, I don't care for the sex scenes. If I want to watch sex scenes, I watch a porno. And it's a bit too long, but that's because this is the director's cut with 15 extra minutes. But watching it, I didn't mind it. That's me, though. I'm sure my friends wouldn't like it, but I didn't mind Color of Night. And then finally, from my Stallone collection, in case I ever do a Stallone marathon, Rhinestone with Stallone and Dolly Parton. No, there's no features, and I'm not surprised. Paradise Alley, which he wrote and directed it. Victory, which I've also heard called Escape to Victory, but it says here just Victory. Stallone, Michael Caine, and Pele. Directed by John Huston. Fist, not fist fuck, Fist in your face with Stallone. And he didn't direct this, did he? No, Norman Jewison. Also has Rod Steiger in the film. But yes, Fist. I'm not sure about this 145-minute running time, because 2.5 hours seems long, but I've never seen this, and Paradise Alley I've never seen. So if I ever do Stallone films one day, I'll definitely give them a look. Death Race 2000. I know there's a newer DVD, but this was cheaper, and it still has features. It has a commentary with Roger Corman, Mary Warnoff. It has a little making of with some quick interviews with Roger Corman, Martin Kove, Mary Warnoff, the writer, which I was fine with. Death Race 2000. I like the remake. And The Lords of Flatbush with Stallone and Henry Winkler, Perry King. The Lords of Flatbush. Another film I haven't seen with Stallone. Someone's probably going to ask, you do a escape plan? Unless someone bought it from me, where it was like $2 for the collection. Hope I'm not done. Just I forgot a bunch. I thought, oh, I'm almost, yep, final stretch, and then no, and then like I got done, stopped the camera, I'm like, wait a minute. Shit, there is a bunch I fucking forgot. Shows my mind going. Like, for example, these. Because I know few people are asking me about the Halloween films. I have the first one on Blu-ray. I had the third film. So, show them all. I got the Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf, with the great Reb Brown. So great that I fucking had to take 50 seconds to remember his fucking name. But I like Reb Brown. This is one I had, Howling 3. But now I have Howling 4, the original Nightmare. This is in case I ever review the Howling films. Howling 5 and 6, which I like this cover. Heard good things about it. And the other one is, there's one more, but it's not on DVD. Ha ha ha. But Howling Reborn. In case I ever review all the Howling films, I can. Underworld. This is a 2-disc unrated extended cut, which has a commentary with 2 of the stars and the director of the film. I like having the best DVD I can of the movies I own. That's just me. This was pretty much free, so I got this because not only does it have the first film, which I had, but it has a sequel. So if I ever review these films, I can rant on the sequel. And when it's pretty much free, yeah, this was pretty much free. So I already had the Hidden. That has the same features that's on the Hidden DVD, but it also has the sequel, which is a piece of shit. Gone Fishing, which is a film that I liked for what it was. This is a 4-pack. I got this because I had Fortress 1, so now I have Fortress 2. And on top of that, I have Hollow Man 2. If I review Hollow Man, I can review the sequel. And I have Fortress 2, which was for Lambert. I'm keeping my Hollow Man DVD because that one has features, but this one doesn't. So if you want Hollow Man with the features, buy it by itself. But pretty cheap, and you have Hollow Man 2 and Fortress 2, since I have the first one of those. The Forgotten, sort of decent time waster for me with Julianne Moore. Also has Darius Sinise, Alfred Woodard, Dominic West. Directed by Joseph Rubin, who did The Stepfather and many other films. The original Stepfather. Got this because I wanted this. I had Running Scared, but I wanted Fatal Beauty with Whoopi Goldberg. This is an action film that she starred in with Sam Elliott. Directed by Tom Holland, who did Child's Play and Fright Night. This is him doing an action film, and I enjoy Fatal Beauty. It's one of my favorite Whoopi Goldberg films. These were because I had one, so get the other to complete it. I had the first one, so I got the second one. Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. This is the one that actually has Gerard Butler in it, along with Angelina Jolie. I like the first one, but this one, watching it again, definitely not as good. And remember I said someone got me a certain movie that I didn't care for? Well, since I have the second one, why not have the first one? G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. This is the 2-disc. Yeah, I got this very cheap. Tell you, when you have months and months that you haven't really done a DVD update, it's just... shit. People wonder, well, how do you get so many movies? Well, again, doing surveys so you can get points, so you can get them for free. Or looking for cheap deals. So if... I can wait long enough to find deals that movies are like $2. Or with shipping, $3. And then sometimes they have free shipping. Sometimes they're even like certain percentage off. And this is when they're like $2. like $1.67, and then you can get like 50 cents off on certain times. So I shop a lot of Oases, which you find a lot of good deals on them. Also, there's one place that sometimes they have DVDs for $3 or $1.50. So that's how. So say you have 20 bucks, and you can get at least 6, 7 movies, plus stuff for free. It helps. That's why I try to shop smart. Shop as smart. But like it's very like Fast and Furious 6. That was for charity, and certain stuff is like I want it now. Fuck, I got a little bit of it. But Cyber Tractor with Don the Dragon Wilson, which I actually like this film. And then the sequel, Cyber Tractor 2. It wasn't $4.99. It was cheaper than that, but now I got Cyber Tractor 1 and 2. Got this one. Found it cheap enough. Demolition University. This is like $2. Unfortunately, they don't have the first film out on DVD, but this is the sequel, Demolition University, directed by Kevin S. Tenney, starring Corey Haim. Not watching it, not really a good film. I remember liking the first film, Demolition High. Unfortunately, it's not on DVD. I even tried to do DVD-R twice, and they both DVD-Rs fucked up. So that's why I don't do a lot of DVD-Rs, because it fucks up. But this is the sequel, Demolition University, which is sad that the sequel got on DVD, but not the first film. Obviously, this is when he passed away, because they have that, but the sequel gets it, but not the first film. This is a 2-pack, Diplomat Siege, with Peter Weller, Tom Berenger, and Daryl Hannah. And then Ground Control. Ground Control has Kiefer Sutherland, Bruce McGill, Robert Sean Leonard, Kelly McGillis, Henry Winkler, Christy Swanson, Michael Gross, Margaret Cho. Big cast. Diplomat Siege, that was not really a big fan of, to be honest, kind of slow-paced. Ground Control I liked, even though Ground Control is not an action film either, but I liked the cast, and pretty much about... God, what? Ground Control. Air Traffic Controllers. I'm trying to think of the specific title. Air Traffic Controllers. About what they go through. And that was interesting. Maybe for a little bit of a different film. It's more of a drama. Just a little bit of a thriller, but I like Ground Control. Diplomatic Siege, not so much. And then, in case I ever reviewed this series, I had the other ones. So, The Exorcist. Give this another look one day, which has the documentary The Fear of God, 25 Years of the Exorcist. This is much cheaper. This is like $1, $2. That's why I did not get the Blu-ray, because again, this is $1 or $2. Commentary, William Friedkin, William Peter Blatty. Again, it has that documentary on it. And in case I ever review all of them, because I have 3, I have both versions of 4. So now I got 1 and 2. Exorcist 2, The Heretic. May the laughter continue. Because this is a laughable fucking movie. But yeah. Exorcist 2, The Heretic. And now it's finished and completed. So thanks for watching this long-ass video, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.